back in and change it.
No, it stays that way until you say otherwise. So it just means every time you run that search moving forward, it'll present them in a list.
How do you go to the list?
How do you go to the list? Okay, so from here, if you wanted to switch this to a list view, click Displays.
Displays?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you were saving it, you click the Save button, and one of the questions is, what display do you want? And you can leave it in a map view if you want, it's just optional. Okay, right, let's moving on. Okay, one of the really nice features about our map is the Layers feature. So if you click on Layers, this is demographic information that you can layer on top of the map. So a good example of that might be schools. So my client has a son, he goes to middle school. I would like to show a list of the schools. Now, please don't think that because that school there is by that listing that means anybody living there can go to that school. We don't have that data, but at least we can show you what schools are around, okay? So let's close the box. So what it's done now is it's overlaid the public school information for middle schools. So if I want to see more information about that school, I simply click on it. Now it takes me to some information about the school, tells me whether it's a charter school or not, what the address is, what grade point average it has, and if I click down here, there's a school report you can run. This is kind of neat. This will show you all the grade points and statistics for the last 10 years, and it's completely interactive. If you want to go back to a previous year and see how it performed, you can just click whatever year it is and it'll show you the latest thing. This is also designed to be able to send to your clients, so it's got your information and you can print it or email it from here. Yes?
Sorry, do you mind going back? Where did you get this from? Like what search? The school?
The school report? Okay, to get to the school report, what you need to do, let's close. What we did was we went to layers.
Okay, I see.
We went to the schools there. If it's a public school, you'll get a school report. If it's a private school, you can't because they don't publish that information. But if you click on any public school, there'll be an option there for a school report. Yes?
Are there flood zones in those layers or no?
So, yes, that's a good one. We'll show you that now. You can have multiple layers, but to make this easier to read, we'll turn that one off. So the question was, are there flood zones? Yes, there are. There's a layer there called hazards. So if you click on that, one of the options is FEMA flood zones. And there they are. And if you click on them, it'll take you into the FEMA site to give you your definitions and stuff.
Are we going to cover contracts?
Contracts.
Offer.
No. What do you mean by that exactly? You're talking about forms?
Just the forms.
Okay, the forms are third party. You would link to whoever you normally link to do forms. That's not really, it'd be from within here, but to talk to Frank about that, that's probably from the other side. Yes?
Can you get the school report without going into maps?
No, because it's the only way. You have to find the school first in order to get to the school report. Now what you can do, when you're on the neighbourhood report, if you're on a listing and you run a neighbourhood report, at the bottom of that neighbourhood report it shows you the 6 closest schools. You can click on that to get a school report, but to be specific to the school you want to do it through here, okay?
Where do you get your school reports from?
The data, actually it's all published. If you go to the, can you bring it, it's Adam Data, Realty Track and the National Association of Education Statistics. It actually tells you, if you click there, right to the bottom, because this is information that you want your clients to see too. It's from Adam Data Solutions, Realty Track with supplemental data attained on an annual basis from the National Centre for Educational Statistics. Okay? Alrighty, and our data is as up to date as any of the data out there, so this is as up to date as you're going to get anywhere. Alright, so let's say we've done our due diligence. Let's show them a couple of other layers. Just let's see what the transportation is like in this area. Are we too far away from our listing? Where do we go? Yeah, let's get back. So it'll put bus stops on the thing, and you can click on them and find out what the buses are.
Does it show trains too?
Yes, it does. Railroad stations, transit centres, etc. Okay? We're not going to go through all the layers. Obviously there's a lot of data here, but you guys can play with it. Okay, so let's say we have everything we want, and we're going to now, we want to do a route. We want to take our client and show her that we've narrowed down the listings. Now let's select the listings we want to show. So we're going to click on the pin and just click routing. Okay, there we go, click routing. Now there's another way you can do it, and that is to check the listing. And that will also allow you to do that, but we're going to do that, get them all in there. Now I'm going to be meeting my client at the local Starbucks. That's really where I want to start this tour. So what I can do to make it easy is I'm going to find, I know the Starbucks happens to be on this corner here, so I'm going to right click and add a marker. And then I can give it a name. We'll call it Starbucks. This is just to show you how you might use a marker. So we'll give it a label, save it, and then we'll add that to the route. So now, there's my Starbucks. And we're going to start at Starbucks, so we'll move it to the top. Once you've got your listings the way you want them, you click Get Directions, and it'll take you to Google Directions. And what's nice about this is, if you have a Google account, your home address will be in here, your office, your commute addresses, but you can also send these directions to your phone, you know, to whatever your preferred Waze or whatever it is, and you can also send them to your client's phone if you wanted to. You can also get directions from within the MLS. If you're here, you can run a map report, top right hand corner. It's going to walk you through this initially, just to walk you through. This is completely interactive, so you can set the map report the way you want it. You can turn on routing if you wish. This is designed to give to your client. Okay, zoom out a little bit. And then it has all the information about the... Now, we didn't select each of these listings, so it's showing all of the listings in the map area that we're looking at. And then there's your step-by-step directions. Okay, now I've just got one more thing to show you, then we'll take a break. Let's start with a brand new search.
Are these appointments hooked up through showing time also?
Yes, showing time's there. I don't know if you remember when we went into listing detail, I said about those buttons to third parties. Show under the pictures. One of them is showing time. Okay?
And you'll notice the button up at the top.
Yeah, and then there's also right there. So if you selected a bunch of listings
So you can
here,
also map that
you
out
click
too
that.
with showing
Yes.
through.
Okay, I'm going to do a new search. Let's type in an address. Let's put in, I don't know, anything. Just pick 10 Heritage Lane, that's fine. And the only reason I'm doing this is when you're working with listings, and especially when you're farming, I want to see more information about the parcels in this area. So one of the layers that you have is the parcel layer, which is the very first one. Now, anytime you see a layer with these little icons here, it means it's going to zoom you in, because some of this information can only be seen on a map when you're right down close to it. We're going to turn the parcels on, there we go, and let's turn on the parcel dimensions. You'll see it's going to zoom in a little bit because it needs to show us the dimensions, okay? So this is very good information. Let's close it. Let's look at it in a satellite view. It becomes particularly handy now. Now you can see your parcel outlines, where everything is, if it's next to a railroad, that kind of thing, okay? We'll turn off the map, the satellite for now. If you click on let's click on just a regular one. Yeah. You can click on a parcel and you get links out to the Remine report, that's your tax data, and there's a property report. If you click on one that has a listing on it, this one has a listing on it, let's run the property report. Property report is kind of nice because what that will do is it combines the spatial data, it combines the public record data, and the property history, all in one report that you can print out for your clients. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna. Ooh.
If you wanted to, and also let's go on to the satellite. Okay, and if you did a map report from here, the map report shows the satellite view. So that's how you can get that to your client if you want. Okay, we'll close it. Okay, great. All right, then just one last thing I want to show you, then we'll take a break. When you're on the parcel layer, you can select these parcels by clicking. If you click on a parcel, you can select them, or you can hold the control key down and tap different parcels. And as Mackenzie is doing that, it's building a little list on the left-hand side. Now this is parcel information, not listing information. And then I can print labels. So if I want to market to these people living in this, you know, block, I can run mailing labels. Okay? Alright, let's take a proper break. Oh, before you go, one more thing. Help. If you go to help and go to the Learning Centre, just type over here, go to categories and go to interactive math. There we go. Everything I covered and more is in here. So you need to know how to do parcel mapping or anything, it's all in here. Okay.